What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. I'm in a pretty cool place in today's video, guys. I'm in the Terror Vision Museum in Savannah, Georgia. Currently in a room that's paying tribute to some of the Universal monsters. And I was told there is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre exhibit here. That's pretty cool. So let's check it out, guys. Holy shit, I'm pretty excited for this. This is just the entrance here to the museum they have here in the back. Out front, they're selling movies, horror movies, soundtracks to horror movies on vinyl. It's pretty sick what they're doing. So this is the Unsolved Mysteries section over here. All relevant to the Unsolved Mysteries TV show. And then back here is like a history of Halloween costumes from the 30s and 40s. Look at this stuff. It's all Ben Cooper. It's Collegeville costumes. And over here, there's a huge collection of Ouija boards from different eras.
The film which you are about to see is an account of the
And then
tragedy
there's
of the
this.
Sally group of 5 youths. In particular, Sally Hardesty and her invalid brother Franklin. It is all the more tragic in that they were young. But had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished to see as much of the mad and macabre as they were to see that day.
Right?
For them, an idyllic summer afternoon drive became a nightmare. The events of that day were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Listen to John Larroquette, guys. He knows what he's talking about.
The film which you are about to see is an account of the tragedy of the Sally group of 5 youths. In particular, Sally Hardesty and her invalid brother. It is all the more tragic. But had they lived
Grave robbing in Texas is this hour's top news story. An informant led officers of the Muerto County Sheriff's Department to a cemetery just outside the small rural Texas community of Butte early this morning. Officers there discovered what appeared to be a grisly work of art, the remains of a badly decomposed body wired to a large monument. A second body was found in a ditch near the perimeter of the cemetery. Subsequent investigation has revealed at least a dozen empty crypts, and it's feared more will turn up as the probe continues. Deputies report that in some instances, only parts of a corpse had been removed. The head, or in some cases, the extremities removed, the remainder of the corpse left intact. Evidence indicates the robberies have occurred over a period of time. Sheriff Jesus Maldonado refused to give details of the foolish case and said only that he did have strong evidence linking the crime to elements outside the state. Area residents have reportedly converged on the cemetery, fearing the remains of relatives have been removed. No suspects are in custody as the investigation at the scene continues.
This room is crazy. How about that for an entrance?
Where do you see the hooks?
This is fucking cool, man. Whoa. Shit. What?
That's unfortunate.
Damn.
I don't want to hear anymore.
I did not expect that.
Are you coming with me? I'm not going there.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking through everything.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna leave me in there.
Should have worn my Texas Chainsaw Massacre shirt.
This
Oh,
is
you
a
have
nice,
Yeah.
nice touch. I love what they've done here.
There you go.
Oh, well, we did just go through it. So.
Oh, is it the pressure plate?
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Should we stand on it?
If you want to see it, yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you guys.
See it again. From a different side.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what the banging was.
Yeah.
So he's like, is that the door banging into it?
I know. That's right.
So welcome to our Texas Chainsaw Massacre exhibit, guys. Lining our walls, you see a lot of rare international promotional materials used to promote the film. Also lining the walls, you see props and pieces. Anything with a TerraVision logo on it, you're welcome to pick up and take pictures with.
Okay.
Such as the chainsaw, the cleaver, the saw, and the hammer. We have an apron and a tie. If you want to dress up like Leatherface, you're welcome to do that.
Oh, fun.
You pretend like you're hanging from a meat hook if you want that classic iconic movie poster look. If you guys remember the grit and the gore of the film, a lot of it could be attributed to this man right here. His name was Bob Burns. He was the set director for the film. He, like guys, not a fan of CGI. He preferred more practical effects, but he took it a step further than I ever would because he actually used real animal carcasses and rotting flesh on set.
No way.
They had a lady walking around the set with a syringe filled with formaldehyde to make sure the animals didn't decay any faster than they did. They filmed over 5 weeks in Round Rock, Texas, in a house that rose up to 115 degrees with no air conditioning and very poor ventilation. The actors weren't allowed to change their costumes or wash them for continuity purposes, so you had to wear the same thing day in, day out for the whole 5-week shoot, so you guys can imagine how terrible it must have smelled in there.
Oh.
So they would actually take puke breaks in between filming scenes. They would
wow.
run nearest window and throw up, or they'd run the house and throw up, then they'd come back and they'd film some more. All on a shoestring budget, all for a film that was supposed to be just some random throwaway drive-in film. But here we are 50 years later. It's a cinematic masterpiece. It's one of the greatest horror films ever made. If not one of the greatest films ever made. If you guys don't mind stepping this way.
Oh.
This is our grandpa. Our grandpa's molded after the original grandpa mold. You guys are welcome to sit down with grandpa, have a little imaginary tea time. Grandpa was played by John Dugan. John was only 18 years old at the time of filming. It took the filmmakers 5 hours to put on the makeup application to make him look like grandpa.
Wow.
So they quickly realized they should probably bang out all of his scenes in one sitting. So it was a 5-hour makeup application plus an 18-hour shoot. So a 25-hour total shoot for John that day. Dr. W.E. Barnes was a successful plastic surgeon and friend of Marilyn Burns, who played Sally in the film. When she said she was going to be in this kind of movie, he said, you know what, I maybe could make these kinds of Hollywood prosthetics. Even though he didn't have a great clue what he was doing, he still did a fantastic job. Not only making the grandpa prosthetics, but the Leatherface masks as well. Leatherface was played by Gunnar Hansen. Leatherface is based off of a real-life murderer and grave robber from Plainfield, Wisconsin, named Ed Gein, who famously made things out of his victim's skin. And Marilyn Burns played Sally in the film. She probably had it worse than anybody else on set. She was beaten. She was dragged across the floor. She was hit over the head multiple times with a rubber hammer. And they actually had to use real violence on her in this film. At one point in the movie, the director Tobe Hooper also directed Poltergeist as well as some other great films. And Marilyn Burns herself actually just said, you know what, hit me for real, hit her for real. And that's because one of the actors, the actor who played the cook in the film, Jim Sydow, was having a really hard time making the violence look real enough. So to her own credit, she said, hit me for real. And that's what gives this film that grit and realism that other lot of films don't seem to be able to capture. Yeah. Do you guys want a picture of Grandpa? I can take it for you. You're welcome to sit anywhere you like or stand with him.
Oh.
I think we'll get a photo with Grandpa.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
It's some direction. What
it's
am I
like we're
supposed to
watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre right now. You're doing such a good job.
do? You're not giving me any direction. What am I supposed to do here? Hands up. And
Yeah.
Screaming?
Yeah. Right in the back, here's a couple of Gunner
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Some
Some
sign
signatures.
signed us.
So creepy.
This is really nicely made. Yeah, but this room here, I'm so impressed with this room. Grab some props and strike a pose.
What did it say? Grab some props and strike a pose.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
Oh my gosh.
This is the goal here at the House of Strum and Skull. One day, this is the goal. To have
that red wall.
to have this red wall set up.
Yeah. How come this thing is so light?
Well, it's
It's
probably
like really light.
just a prop, like Trick or Treat Studios offer
Crazy.
the prop. You know,
Crazy.
that might have come from Trick or Treat Studios.
Maybe. The chainsaw's heavy though. This thing is heavy.
Yeah, I gotta ask if this is.
It does make noise.
It's fucking heavy. It's a real chainsaw,
didn't touch it?
and it looks like
Sugar, I'm not gonna lie.
it looks like the Wheeling model from the movie.
No, I get
It
you.
must be priced.
Trust me, I get you. I had to like hold myself back. I'm like, I wanna, but
It had to
A
have.
lot of weight to this bad boy.
Okay, so question. What about these bones that are hanging from the ceiling? Is that something you
Yeah.
want later
I mean,
on? Is
simply, yeah, it's ornamental. I think I like that touch as well. So,
that, there's some up here and
Yeah.
there.
yeah, even the burlap over here is cool. This
What
thing-
about the turtle? We have a turtle like that. If you
Yeah.
want that done with our turtle.
Yeah. Love the lamp. The spinal column.
You like the lamp? Do you like the lamp over the table? With all of the fake skin? Do you like that?
Yes. That's really well done as well. Look at that face.
Oh, it's like a doll face.
Place is insane.
So these films were filmed here locally. The Gates of Hell, also known as City Living Dead, was directed by legendary Italian horror film director Lucio Fulci. Part of that was filmed in Lower Factors Walk, which is where we have our other museum, the True Crime and Oddities Museum.
We've been there.
It's also filmed in my favorite cemetery here in town, which is the Laurel Grove Cemetery and the Bonaventure Cemetery.
Okay.
It's a fantastic film if you like Italian horror, if you like zombie films, I highly recommend it. The Return of Swamp Thing was filmed here at the Oakland Island Wildlife Refuge. Filming got so bad that every 1 to 2 hours they had to stop filming and wipe down the set lights to get rid of all the dead bugs and mosquitoes that were on them. And they had armed personnel there to make sure the alligators tried to turn the crew of performers into food. And it was edited in a motel room in Savannah, so pretty legendary.
Wow.
Madhouse was filmed in the Kehoe House here in Savannah, which is on Haversham Street. It's another Italian horror film production. I don't know what it was about Savannah in the 1980s, but Italians like to make horror films here. I personally think it was the quality of the cocaine, but my boss thinks it's the tax breaks. Maybe it's a little bit of both. The Slayer was filmed here at the Tybee Allen Post Theater, what was known back then as the Fort Screven Theater, which was an old abandoned military post theater, but since then it's been revamped and revitalized to what it is today, which is the Tybee Post. Around every October they actually do a screening of the Slayer, so it's kind of cool to actually watch the film inside the theater it was actually filmed. Not the greatest horror film ever made, not even remotely close, but if you want to see what Tybee Island, Georgia looked like in the 1980s, I highly recommend it.
None of these horror movies are for sale, are they?
Unfortunately,
Okay.
I would be grabbing a few of myself if I could.
Yeah, I gravitate to this one right here.
Oh yeah,
Pieces.
right
I
there.
want that one.
Nice. So here we have some novelty VHS releases. With their lenticular design and their fancy packaging, they're trying to sucker you into renting their films, even though most of the times the films themselves were god-awful. Frankenhooker's my favorite on display because she's a talking box. Back in the day when her battery worked, if you were to press her button, she would say want a date. I think that's really cool technology for 1980s VHS tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And there's definitely some of my top 10 favorite horror films of all time in this room. Halloween from 1978 is in my top 10. The Monster Squad is in my top 10. And
Yeah.
Evil Dead Part 2 are in my top 10s as well.
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I like being in this room because it brings me back to those good old times where I could play some Nintendo, rent some films, order some pizzas, and it just transports me back to the 80s and back to some good times where life's a little bit more simple than it is today in 2025.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Even the wall with the wood
Yeah, that's-
paneling.
yeah, the
That's,
wood-
You know,
that's
yeah, we
70s,
had-
80s paneling right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Had
Oh,
that
yeah.
in my house as a kid.
It definitely brings me back. I really like
And then here behind me is a different section for Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
See that?
International
issues.
Yeah.
All VHS.
Oh, nice.
So these are vintage as well, huh?
Oh yeah. And we were talking about Bill Moseley earlier. There is a lobby card there
Signed by Bill, yeah.
for TCM Part 2.
And Tom Savini on there.
Cool.
So guys, your next stop on the tour, unfortunately, is your last stop, but it's my second favorite after the Texas Chainsaw Massacre exhibit. If you guys would like, I'll go ahead and tell you about what we have in here.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on in, guys.
The epicness.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Does this work?
Yes and no. So welcome to our Monster Cereals exhibit. This is the world's largest collection of Monster Cereal stuff on display. Even though this stuff is mass produced, as you guys can imagine, it's very perishable. It's made out of cardboard, plastic, and paper goods, and things just get lost in time. The mail away prizes were tiny little pieces. They're given little kids, they get eaten, they get trampled upon, they get thrown away, they're gone forever. There we have a hand-painted Frankenberry prototype plush. It's so rare we don't have information to give you about it. We just know that it escaped the General Mills facility and it wound up in our hands, which is really cool.
Cool.
Behind you we have some animation cells for commercials. We also have some production catches. Right behind you we have a Lazy Susan filled with the different members of Nestle's Spook Group. You're welcome to spin it around and check it out. A little bit before my time, but I wish Nestle would bring that back because I think it's a really cool ad campaign. And I've been a lifelong fan of Count Chocula ever since my mom gave me my first box when I was a little kid. But I didn't know till recently Count Chocola's original name might have been Choco Loon or Choco Lunatic, which I think is fascinating. And Choco Loon is written on this little production sketch here.
Oh, yes, so it is.
And Choco Lunatic sounds like me after I've had some electric lettuce, but that's a different story.
Yeah, it's quite the display of vintage cereals here.
Yeah. Crazy.
Like you said, it's the largest collection of cereal like this in the world. No doubt.
what he
Like,
said?
I think that's what he did say.
Rewind the tape.
Yeah, rewind
I
the
don't
footage.
remember what he said.
So this is the end of the tour. The end of the tour, but I was really liking the room prior to this. And of course all the VHS. That was
Did
pretty
you want to go
fantastic.
back in there?
So,
Did you want to see it again? Or?
yeah, I think I'm going to go in one last time.
Okay.
And you know what? Kevin's highest score is not his highest. I had him pretty high.
I think that should be a challenge.
TerrorVision Museum, guys, if you're in Savannah, check it out. Holy fuck, that was so cool. Thanks for watching.